I knew that I was gay when I was in high school. And even though I wasn't out, I might as well have been, because other people knew, or at least thought they knew, and treated me as such. When I was a freshman, I had a health class, and my health teacher told us that he thought that homosexuality was an abomination, and that I would be, or we would be, sent to hell. And this is a public school. And I remember sitting in that class thinking to myself, oh my God, I am so alone. And I remember a few kids looking back at me sort of sneeringly, I guess, and I just tried my best with all my life to keep a straight face and keep looking forward as if it didn't affect me and it didn't apply to me, but it did. And I think that pretty much set the tone for the rest of my experience there. When I was a sophomore in high school, when I was in gym class, I got so many things thrown at me, which would range from basketballs and soccer balls and things of that sort when the teachers weren't looking, to batteries and like bottles of soda that were full. And it was terrible. Yeah. Stories of bullying and stories of harassment when you're a kid are not just brushed over when you're older. They're things that stick with you, and they're things that really affect you. My dad was a teacher at the school, and so a lot of my teachers were his friends, and I knew how my dad felt about homosexuality, and I knew I never wanted to tell him at that point. And so I was terrified of talking to anyone, including my counselor, who was a friend of my dad's. So I felt that there really was no network whatsoever. I knew how other teachers felt as well, and I knew it wasn't kind in their regard to homosexuality or to sexual orientation, whatever they thought it was. Many teachers, I thought, knew exactly what I was called, and it was almost a perpetual thing from certain groups, not every student, but certain groups of students. And on a daily basis, I would be called fag or queer or something every time I would walk through the cafeteria in the morning. And I think teachers just sort of turned a blind eye. There was no sort of network of teachers or any of the faculty that I thought would be particularly helpful or would help guide me or provide support because of the experiences that I had. You know, I would have loved to have had an actual class on the facts about sexual orientation in my health education class my freshman year. I would have loved to have thought that I was not the only person out there. I grew up in Fairdoe, West Virginia, which is a tiny unincorporated town in Raleigh County. I went to Liberty High School.